The third studio of Masters in Construction Engineering and Management was of Integrated Construction Practices. The project chosen for the study was a mixed-use project consisting of commercial and residential. And the scope of the study included the basement level, ground floor, and the first floor level. The flow of the studio work included the BIM execution plan, LOD versus LOS, modeling, quantity takeoff and cost estimation, design optimization, clash detection and quality checks, 4D and 5D simulation, lean application and LPS implementation, and IPD versus traditional approach. For studying modeling and BIM and its functionalities, different roles were assumed by the group. I, Tejal Sawathe, had assumed the role of the architect and the lean champion, and various collaboration tools were used for the studio. A certain process flow was made to understand the working of each of the consultants. So here the architectural consultant's process flow can be seen, which starts with the obtaining of the drawings from the client and then creation of the 3D modeling. This was followed by the clash detections and then further LOD level of modeling and further clash detections. Then finally coming to the quantity takeoffs and rule-based checking and then the end process. Similar process flows were also done for the other consultants. The images here show the architectural model, first of the LOD 300 level in the top and below it of the LOD 400 level, which is more detailed. Certain parts of the model were detailed further, like a particular apartment's bedroom and the garden area of the podium. And the challenges and the reasons for variance while modeling were documented. For example, for the LOD level 300, the varying levels of beams and slabs caused wall height variation, and these have been linked to the different reasons of variance that have been mentioned, like the complexity of the design. Similarly, there are challenges and reasons of variance for LOD 400 level modeling as well. Under design optimization, the lean tool choosing by advantage was used, and for this the scope considered was masonry blocks. So three alternatives were considered for masonry blocks, like the ordinary clay bricks, the fly ash bricks, and the autoclaved aerated concrete AAC blocks. To compare these three alternatives, a study was done using various parameters like durability, insulation, safety, ease of placement under execution. And after this study, using the CBA tool, different factors and criteria, as mentioned, were compared, and it was found that AAC blocks got the highest score among the three. And then this importance of advantage was weighed against the cost parameter, and it was found that the total cost is least for AAC blocks owing to its reduced volume for the scope of work. And since then high importance of advantage and low cost means higher value, hence considering both CBA and cost analysis, the AAC blocks seem to be the perfect alternative among the three for the scope considered of masonry blocks. Three sets of clash detections were done for the modeling, and when the clash detection was done for architecture versus structure, for LOD 400, it was found that the architectural wall intersected with the column with reinforcements. This happened due to the lack of clarity in the drawings, and which was later resolved. Similarly, another clash between the skylight and beam was found, and it was resolved as well. Quality checks were done over the model that was made, and standards check is one among the quality checks. Here, the tool and software called Solibri was used. In Solibri, the One of the ways that was used was checking the clearance in front of the doors. So it was seen that a fan intersected the door clearance and it was pointed out in the software. Further, the rules of Solibri were modified as per our requirement. For example, in the second example, the required height of false ceiling was mentioned in the rules, and all the particular false ceilings which violated the rules were highlighted by the software. Similar exercise was done to ensure that the effective coverage area of sprinklers was maintained, and the ones which violated the rules were again identified in the software. The last planner system is a pull-based method for planning, and it was used here for the design as well as the site activities to optimize the planning as well as to propagate continuous learning. So in the Excel table here, we can see the different activities and their planned dates have been mentioned, as well as the actual has been shown. If the planned does not match with the actual, then the alphabets show the constraints or the reasons of variance because of which the actual did not happen at the time of planned. And we have also found out the percent plan complete PPC for the different activities. Several lean principles were incorporated in the process of the study, and one example is where the BEP plan was made and it was done to align the stakeholders to the goal, which goes aligns with Hoshin Kenri, the lean tool. And the next one is Kanban, which is visual management, and it was achieved through the making of clash matrices and the process flow as well as the use of Miro board. Then the last planner system, which was used, helped in waste reduction and continuous improvement in the planning. The clash detection helped to get right the modeling the first time, and also the collaboration among the stakeholders helped to achieve value streaming so that repetitive explanations were avoided and time was saved. Then the comparison between the integrated project delivery approach and traditional approach was done. In the traditional approach, the work is done in silos. The client, the architect, the structure, the MEPF, they work individually. Whereas in the IPD approach, the client, the architect, and the different stakeholders work in a common data environment in a more collaborative manner. So, for example, in modeling, where it would be done for visual purposes in the traditional approach, but in the IPD approach, it is used for quantity takeoff, for clash detection, rule-based checking, and done in a more integrated manner. Similarly, LPS cannot be done effectively in the traditional approach, but through the integrated approach, a proper construction schedule can be obtained and which can be further used for the 4D and 5D and then the visual look ahead quantity and cost predictions. The aspects like flow, value, reduced wastage, rework, savings in cost and time are unlocked with the IPD approach and difficult to achieve with the traditional approach. Coming to the key learnings, the BIM execution plan helped to streamline the workflow and align the stakeholders. The modeling and the site layout, it was seen that the collaboration helped to ease the process by common platforms and huddle meetings. And the design optimization helped to choose an alternative which would offer the maximum value to the client because of the involvement of the necessary stakeholders. The quality check included the visual checks and the standards check. So rule-based checking using tools like Solibri helped to obtain these. And in the last planner system, it helped to understand the commitments, the reasons for variance, and the application of the learnings for better PPC and continuous improvement. The BIM, Lean and IPD, it was seen that BIM could be used to its highest potential in a collaborative manner, and it in turn helped in achieving lean principles for better flow and value. Also, some images of the site and client interaction are shown below, which was done through the studio process. Thank you.